Alright, well, welcome once again to Pennsylvania. And this is part 5 of my exploring Tuscarora State Forest little series here. We just got done filming at Fowler's Hollow State Park in the previous video, and that cool tunnel, unfinished railroad tunnel, that was pretty awesome. Anyway, at the moment I'm at what's called Henry Valley Vista, so I'll turn you around in a moment. Not the greatest view. I've been at several vistas today already, and it's just extremely hazy and muggy today. The views are just not out there. When you're here on a cool, clear day, these vistas or overlooks are pretty awesome. So let me turn you around. So here is our view, our vista, or our overlook, and you can see the name here, Henry Valley Vista. But it doesn't look that great today. I know at a previous vista I sent my drone up, but I don't know that I got any good footage from that or not, so we'll see. I won't know until I get home. But anyway, besides this vista, we're gonna check out, there's a site of a plane crash here, further down. I'm currently on Laurel Run Road here in Tuscarora State Forest, in the middle of nowhere, pretty much. Check out plane crash. There wasn't our vista I was gonna check out, but if it's anything like this, there won't be much to see. And a cemetery. I've been to this cemetery before. You may know where I'm going. It's also associated with a ghost town here in Tuscarora State Forest, but it's on my way home out of the state forest, so I'm going to stop at it, check it out again, and it's a really cool spot. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but there's one other place I did want to stop at. I was going to maybe make a separate video for that, but I'm not sure what I'll do yet. I'm kind of running out of time here today. It's the Frank Mastland Natural Area. I was thinking about doing a little bit of hiking there, but we'll see. There's also a chance of storms any moment now as well, so we'll see what happens. But anyway, let's continue on down the road to, I think the next place we're going to head to is that crash site, plane crash site. Kind of interesting. I think a viewer told me about it once already. I'm not sure if there's anything there to see. I know there's a little monument for it, but I don't know. We'll see when we get there. And away we go. And like I said, we're currently on Laurel Run Road. Of course, if you stay on this, it'll take you all the way out to Route 233. But we are looking for 3 Square Hollow Road. There's a name for you. 3 Square Hollow. That's the road that has the crash site on it. Is this right here? I see a road. It's going to go off to the right. Yeah, right here it is. There's a sign for it. 3 Square Hollow. So down this way we go. I think off to the right here is Blue Mountain Road. Yeah, there it is. 4 years ago we were here. We did back up that way is the high point for Perry County. It's also the high point for Cumberland County. The high point straddles both counties there. Yeah, that was back, those were counties 9 and 10 on my county high point list. I know I haven't done any of those recently. I think it's been over a year, but I am planning on doing some more of those county high points. They're just farther away from home, so that's the one thing that's kept me from doing any recently. And due to the whole recent, pandemic issues, this past spring I didn't really do a whole lot of traveling, but hopefully we'll get to some of those soon. All right, we're not too far from the plane crash site, or at least the memorial for it, so I'll put you away again and bring it back when we get to that location. Yeah, not too far past Blue Mountain Road. Here it is. Here's the memorial for it. Almost past it. It was kind of in the shade here. They have it set up quite nicely here. So let's read about this. Aviation accident. Fatal military. A C-119G. Has the names of the people. The pilot, Robert. Co-pilot, Walter. Marvin and say Gracie. Oh, she was a nurse. There was a nurse on there. I was going to say it didn't sound like a guy's name. Gracie Young. October 26th, 1956, north slope of Blue Mountain, cargo airlift. Yeah, here's where we are. The map there. Yeah, so here we are. Here's 3 Square Hollow Road. Just right back here is Blue Mountain. And the crash site is just off in the woods, it looks like a little bit. But neat little memorial for them here. Not sure if there's a trail. There's a blaze there. I don't know if a trail goes back there or not. We might check that out a little bit. We'll see. Yeah, and if you want to know more about this plane crash and why it happened and all that stuff, you can do research online about it. I'm not going to cover all that here in this video, but there's websites that talk about more detail, you know, hour by hour, what they were doing, you know, and when they were last heard from, things like that. But so if you type in Perry County plane crash, I think you'll come across, in a Google search, I think you'll come across this. But looks like there might be a little trail here, so let's check this out. I don't know. Yeah, so right there's the monument. It does look like a little trail. It's almost like it's, I don't know, maintained pretty well. So let's just go for a little stroll, see if there's anything back here. Might as well, since we're here. Yeah, so like I said, I'm not sure if this trail takes you anywhere near that crash site, or if it's just another trail here in the woods. I might walk just a little bit more. I don't know if they removed all the wreckage. I know sometimes on these plane crash sites, depending on how rugged it is, the parts of the wreckage can still be found. But I don't remember reading anything like that about here. But it's a nice little trail. Let's just keep going a little bit more. Can't spend too much time on here. Got some other places to film yet. So I did turn around. I walked quite a ways up there, but I think this is a main trail, so I don't think it would lead to the crash site. I don't know if this is this the Tuscarora trail? Maybe. Anyway, but I've been looking for like little side trails going off too. Get into this branch, but I don't have exact GPS coordinates for where the crash was or anything, so I don't really have the time to go wandering around a whole lot. So we'll head back to the Jeep, take one more look around, and then head off to the next site. I think I was planning on checking out near Vista. It's all along the way, so we might stop and just check, but it's getting even more cloudy and foggy, so I doubt we'll see much there. It's been a horrible day for vistas and overlooks. There's a lot of them here in the Tuscarora State Forest, but today's just been a bust for being able to see much from them. Okay, but right here is a little side trail. Unmarked side trail, so I'm gonna just walk up here a little bit. I have to ease my curiosity just a little bit. There's blue marks on the trees up here. Not sure what they mean. We'll just walk up here just a little bit. All right, so I'm headed back from that trail as well. Who knows? Maybe just a little bit further up that trail with something, but I don't know. You know, if you are familiar with this plane crash site, if there is something back here to see, like some wreckage, I wouldn't mind knowing. Maybe I'd come back here sometime, but at this point, without more precise directions, I'm just kind of blundering around. So I prefer not to do that anymore. All right. It is a bit of a sobering, you know, spot. You know, those people were not planning on dying that day. They weren't even aware that they were going to. Of course, most of us don't plan on dying. Some of us know we're dying. You know, if you have terminal cancer or something, you know the time is coming. You may not know the exact hour, but you know it's coming. But they were just going about their duty that day, and boom, gone, just like that. Something to think about. All right, so time to hop back in the Jeep and head on to the next location. Like I said, we might try to stop in an Overlook. Like I said, probably nothing to see there. And then, like there's that cemetery yet we want to check out. And I don't know if you've guessed which one it is yet. And there's that Frank Massland natural area, which I think I'll go ahead and include in this video. If I don't, then I did it. Then I didn't. Then I included it in another video. But we'll see what happens. I gotta check the time again. Running out of time a little bit, but I might have time to do more hiking there than I think. But anyway, let's quit blabbing and get to the next site. All right, up ahead is Cow Pens Road. I think my directions say take a right. And looks like there is quite a vista over there. I guess we'll pull over. Yeah, maybe we'll pull over here. It's pretty hazy, but you can see a little bit. All right, let me back up and get in that spot there. All right, so we'll quick run down here and take a look. Getting a bit breezy. Yeah, it's just terribly. It almost, like from the road, it almost looked like you're looking out like a lake or something. Yeah, that is some hazy conditions out there. On a clear day, this would be pretty awesome. But difficult to make out much. There's farmland down there you can probably see a little bit of. But I think this is called Three Square Hollow Overlook, named after the road that we were just on. Alright, not much to see, but there it is. And I've decided to make an executive decision. I think I'm going to skip the Frank Massland natural area for today. It is just about 5 o'clock. I just don't really have enough time. I wanted to hike it. I just don't really have enough time to hike it in a way that would be enjoyable without rushing through it. Because I also have that other cemetery I want to check out. And I'm also still in the middle of nowhere here in Tuscarora State Forest. So I have quite a bit of driving to get out of the state forest yet. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll just make our way to that cemetery, which will be quite a ways away from here. We gotta get back on Laurel Run Road. So, unless we see something else along the way, that's where I'll see you next. And we've made it back to Laurel Run Road. And we'll head on this way. This will take us to the cemetery. Still got a bit of a drive. Of course, Laurel Run Road eventually takes you out to Route 233 and like off to, what is it called, Landisburg? I think it's the town. And I believe we are here. After many miles of driving, yep, there's a sign for it, Pioneer Cemetery. If you hadn't guessed already. Just up this way a little bit. I've been here twice before. It never gets old coming back here though. Like I said, this is right off of Laurel Run Road. There's a sign for it down there. Kind of in the middle of nowhere. A viewer just recently told me that things changed a little bit down here, so we'll see. There's someone else here as well. Alright, we'll have a look at it once again. Yeah, well, they pulled out of here not too long after I showed up. Some youngins. It always makes me wonder what they're doing out here, because this cemetery has had issues in the past with people vandalizing and stuff, because it is supposedly haunted out here. So we'll see. But yeah, here we go. This sign should be familiar. It actually looks new, like they replaced it. Yeah, the Ghost Town of Pandemonium, 1787 to 1912. And this is new as well, I think. Talks about the Henry's Valley and the early settlers. Beautiful old cemetery out here in the woods. So like I said, I've been here twice before, I believe. I did a haunted video here once, just checking the place out. And it's bugs really bad all of a sudden out here. And I was here some years before then as well. So if you do a Google or YouTube search on Pioneer Cemetery, you'll find those other videos. And I think in some of those videos I do explore around the area a little bit more. There's some remains of an old schoolhouse and some other foundations in the area as well, but I'm not going to bother with that today. I don't really have time anyway. Man, yeah, those little flying gnats getting really bad here in the late evening. But anyway, enough of looking at me and blabbing. Let's just take a quick walk around the cemetery. I'll tell you a little bit about it. Always love coming here. Because there's a look on the inside, and there is one grave back here that's changed quite a bit. People put a lot of flowers and stuff here. I'll tell you about this in a moment. Yeah, in years past there's always stuff here, but people keep adding more and more stuff to this site. All kinds of things here. So let me tell you about this in a moment here. Sheesh. So the story behind that little marker, which actually is the site of a grave from what I've read, was that prior to the Civil War, that a young girl, I'm going to be careful how I say it these days, that a young girl of color had made her way up here. She had escaped from down yonder, the south, and had made it up this way, and she was up in a tree. And it was at night, and they thought she was an animal, like a wild bear or something, because bears are black as well in this area, and they couldn't really tell. And without really checking, back in those days, you know, shoot first, ask later, and they fired away, and a bear didn't drop out of the tree. A young girl did. It's pretty awful, and they buried her outside the cemetery. That's what that rock is supposed to be. That's what I've read several times. But anyway, no one's really ever told me otherwise. Kind of a tragic little story, but yeah. All right, let's walk around a little bit more and look at some of these graves. Yeah, people have been putting, like, these flowers are new several places. I'm not sure who's putting these here. If it's relatives or just whoever. Got some names here. Julia Natus died in 1889, it looks like. Yeah, they've cleaned it up. This cemetery suffered a lot of vandalism in the past, unfortunately, but it looks like it's being more taken care of. Like here you can see some smashed tombstones. I remember this one. This one was repaired at some point. Margaret, wife of John, 1876 she died. Looks like we got more visitors coming up here as well to share the place. Daniel Henry died in 1902. Of course, this is called Henry's Valley, so no surprise that now we have some Henrys in here. Oh, here's an older one. Catherine, wife of Christian Henry, born in 1792, died in 1876. Even down here they have some nice little flowers. Yeah, the guy I met up there, him and looked like his daughter. They recognized me from watching my videos, so that was pretty cool. But it's a quaint little spot. Because they're up here looking for mushrooms, chanterelles, I believe. There actually are quite a few growing in the cemetery. I didn't quite notice that at first. Let's see what they smell like. They say they smell like apricots sometimes, but alright. The evening is setting on, though. Like I said, people say this is haunted, but I've never experienced anything here. And that's why it does attract a certain type of bad crowd sometimes. That's what I'm pretty sure those kids were out here for. Alright. I'm not going to hang around here too much longer. I'm going to let them have the site here in a moment. I've looked at a lot of these graves in the past. Looks like we do have a Civil War veteran up here. I'll check this out. Yeah. There's the Grand Army of the Republic. Can't make out the first name. The last name looks like Shambog. Died in 1884. Yeah, and they have this one has a stuffed animal by it. This is the weird stuff you find out here. But I guess this is a child's grave right here, Alexander. Yeah, I can't quite. 1862. What does that say? Hold on a second. Yeah, he's pretty much a child, I think. So that's why people come out here and put like stuffed animals and stuff. But he definitely wasn't here last time. So that's kind of odd. Alright, so I think that'll be it for here. Beautiful place to walk around a little bit. But I'm gonna head on out. Let them have their look around here. So, real easy to get to actually, if you want to find a cool old cemetery to check out. Alright. Well, I'll see you around. I'm gonna head home. Gotta drive home. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around.